do you know the Muffin Man? Hey, I just need some Muffin Mans. Talking blueberry, raspberry, peach cobbler, banana pudding. Hey, do you know the Muffin Man? Hey, do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man?
I can't say I do.
Do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man? The theory behind the Muffin Man and the saying, the question, do you know the Muffin Man, is really, are you in touch with yourself? Do you know yourself? Because the Muffin Man is not a real thing. It doesn't actually exist.
Right.
So when asking somebody, do you know the Muffin Man? What are you really asking them?
Do you know yourself?
Because you know there's no such thing as a Muffin Man. They know, and you both know that you both know there's no such thing as a Muffin Man.
Right.
That's pretty much it, guys. Guys, welcome to another episode of Bad Duck. Woo! We just saw a once in a lifetime thing. I think all of us can't really put our hand, our tongue on it, like the upside down crescent moon.
Right.
So if you in the comments have ever seen an upside down crescent moon, or if tonight you saw it, to this Sunday Grammy night, let us know. Like, I've never seen that shit before. That shit was crazy. I feel like Earth low-key just updated. Or like our universe, our time just updated, and damn, shit's gonna be tight. Imagine if there was like a life update. I hope I get updated. I'm talking about everybody check their bank account. Everybody check their bank account. Forgot my password. Guys, welcome. We're here. We're here with a special guest. We're here to talk about his book. He has a book coming out. He just started a Kickstart to it, and we're here to discuss more than that. I really want to get to know the person you are. I know your Instagram name. Your name is Jalen, though, right?
Yes, I go Jalen, JM.
But your Instagram name is Young Bob Kennedy.
Yes.
Who's that?
So Young Bob Kennedy, no O. Bob Kennedy, he's JFK's little brother. He would have been the president in 1968, but he was assassinated by a CIA operative, and then we got Richard Nixon.
Oh, that's RFK's father.
Yeah,
bring the mic to your mouth a little bit more.
Yeah, RFK Jr.'s dad.
Oh, okay. Did he also talk like that? Or?
No, he had a normal voice.
He didn't have a vacuum voice. I swear, when RFK talks, it's like the microwave. Somebody turned the microwave on, and he's just like talking through it. Like, damn, they need to make a filter, like an auto tune type, like based off RFK's voice. That'd be kind of fire. That'd be kind of like Heartbreaks and 808 kind of.
Yeah.
Damn, imagine RFK with auto tune. Fuck. That'd be like, what's that Kanye album? Black Skinhead. Like that.
It sounds exactly like that.
Damn, praise the Lord. All right, I met you at Sixes and Sevens. That's a bar here in Houston, and from the first day I met you, you walked in that bitch. You was wearing a cowboy hat, and you walked in tall as shit, grabbed the mic, sang a country song, and killed that shit. Everybody in the bar was like listening. They were happy that they knew you, and they're excited you were singing. To me, my first impression, this is a showman. This guy's a showman. And then I found out you are an author, a historian, and a photographer. Am I right? Are those three words? Do you consider yourself a historian?
I am a student of history.
A student of history.
Yeah.
Where'd you went to school, college?
Yes, I went to Texas A&M.
Oh, damn.
Got my degree in history from there. So.
Oh, okay. You're a history guy. Okay. What are you, ethnicity wise? Like,
so
can I take a guess? Let me guess. You're mixed. You're Filipino and what is Vince Vaughn? You're Filipino and whatever Vince Vaughn is.
No, I would say that I'm 3/4 black and 3/4 white. Sorry, completely fucked that up.
Yeah.
3/4 white and a quarter black. So
and a quarter black.
Yeah.
Okay, 3/4. Okay, Patrick Mahomes.
Basically.
Okay.
Quadroons.
Okay, bet. We were here we both lost, so we were taking bets. I was like, this dude's Filipino for sure, dude.
Well, anywhere brown. So I've been told I look anything from.
What's the most you got? A Mexican?
So it's always Mexican because I live in Texas. But
right.
The funniest one was, so there was one time I was at HEB and it was right when Four Loko Gold came out.
Shout out HEB.
Yes,
Thanks.
and the lady was giving samples of Four Loko Gold.
Jesus
So
Christ.
of course I took the free sample.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I took one, and then she poured me another one,
Oh, oh wow.
and then poured herself one, and then started asking me if I was Middle Eastern. That was a great experience.
That was at HEB?
At HEB, I got an extra Four Loko and asked if I was
That's
Middle
not,
Eastern.
she was trying to get you drunk, bro. What the fuck? Damn, Four Loko. This was when they first dropped? So that when they were super strong.
No, this is the Four Loko Gold. So
So that's the rebrand, which
Yes.
is still strong as fuck. I can't
Right.
imagine how strong it was before, but damn. And you was HEB twisted.
I was got
how
a
was
few
that?
shots of that was nice.
Like grocery shopping is
Yes.
already fun as it is,
Right.
but being lit.
Just get a little bit lit, not too much.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Yeah, you got. She thought you were Middle Eastern. I don't see Middle Eastern. Actually, I can see that kind of.
You can see whatever you want to see.
I love that. That's
the
life. It's beautiful.
racially ambiguous.
That's what it is. Logic. Racially ambiguous.
we don't claim him.
That would make him upset. He loves to be included. Okay. You went to A&M. You studied history, graduated. That's your degree in history.
Yeah.
Was it a specific type of history? Texan, American?
So there wasn't a specific type of history, but I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I got caught with brownies in college.
Nice. And so that ruins that?
That's a felony. Any type of THC concentrate, so oils, brownies, any of that. That's always my public service announcement now, is to let people know, like, if you get caught with brownies
on a school campus as a felony.
No, anywhere
in
the state of Texas.
Damn.
That's an automatic felony.
Why didn't you just eat the brownie?
So I didn't realize I was getting pulled over for having my registration out, and I thought it was like a normal traffic stop, and then they asked me to step out and search my car.
Did it smell like weed?
Probably. And then my friend had given me the brownies, just like, hey, come pick them up. It's 2 a.m.
Oh, it was more than one.
It was like a bag of brownies. I'm driving.
You can't eat that shit.
I was driving over to pick them up. On the way back home, I got pulled over, and of course, she had decorated the bag.
Oh my god!
So as soon as they saw the bag, they knew exactly what it was.
Oh my god! What, you put like little weed signs on it and shit? 420.
Yes.
Oh fuck! Scooby snacks. Damn. Texas is so stupid with the weed laws. I went to jail for not being high. Like the blunt was rolled up, and they're like, "Oh, you have a blunt in the car. Oh, whose weed is it?" Guy took the blame for the weed. Like, whose car is this? I'm like, me. She's like, well, I can't let you drive home high. I'm like, I'm not. You're looking the blunt. The reason you're arresting us is right there, and I'm not high because it's not smoked. It's like she did a high test. She put a pen in my follow it, and I did that, and then she's like, yeah, you're high, but like, what in the middle of the sunlight, and she was in the middle, like, what the fuck, like, yeah, Texas is stupid, bro. Yeah,
Yes.
Texas is dumb. Okay, so before we get into your book, learning about history. Well, you live in Texas, so I feel like Texas history, they really taught us. They did taught us a lot, right?
Right.
And so going to A&M, I imagine you learned more about Texas history than people not at A&M will learn about Texas history.
Right. So like of course, everybody had 4th grade, 7th grade, the mandatory Texas history classes.
100%. Mm-hmm.
But it's very propagandized, and they're telling you one specific story of history.
Well, hold on, is that? I heard something. I was like, "Is that what is tapping?" It's the band. God damn, bro. What's wrong with them? They're not even going. They're not even good. Shout out to band. Like, for real. Like, how can your name is Band Barracks, but like the walls aren't all the way soundproof?
Yeah.
What are these? What is this here for decoration? Praise God. Damn. What is in this? That's here for show. So the way I remember Texas history in high school, they taught us about George Ranch. Like, we went to George Ranch. They would take us to George Ranch, and we would learn about the cotton machines, and they taught us a lot about cotton.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really that's all I learned in high school was cotton. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Texas, like, I feel like Texas has a big history of, because like this land wasn't America, right? So I feel like this land, like the history of the land here, is is a lot deeper than the other states in America.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a crossroads of a lot of different stuff. Like you've got the deep South influences in far East Texas. You've got like the Chihuahua Mountains down in far West Texas, like Big Bend out there.
Chihuahua Mountains. Wait, that's not a city in Mexico.
Yeah, there's the city of Chihuahua, but there's like the Chihuahua Mountain Range.
Okay.
That's like the mountain range that extends up into Big Bend and all that stuff. But then you got the Great Plains coming down, and of course the Gulf Coast. And so there's like 5 different ecosystems all meeting together in Texas.
Damn.
And then you've got hundreds, thousands of cultures
Yeah.
meeting here in this
everywhere,
place.
Everywhere.
And it's a place that's different from a lot of different places just by nature of all these people and all these different
Different cultures
meeting.
and different options and everything. All this diversity and different shit Texas has, and yet you still can't get an abortion here. Like
Right.
all these other things that you can't. The one thing you can do is get an abortion. Nuts. It is crazy how like I feel like Texas low key like is like soil wise and like history wise is like inherent, like culture wise too, is like a it's the best to me, is like the best state in like the country, but then like it also has the most stupid like politician ideologies, like
Yes.
but like everything else wise, like people love coming to Texas, like everybody. Our weather's not even that bad anymore, and the prices and just like I don't know, like something about Texas to me, I couldn't. My mom asked me the other day if I could see myself like leaving and living somewhere else, and I can't. Like Texas to me, like I everything about Texas, I want to live here like forever.
Yeah. Like this past summer, I worked out in California and did all that, and it was a great time.
But it's just,
But I can't stay there.
I feel like I'm a fall. I feel like I'm gonna fall off like a mountain when I'm in California. For real, like I feel like I just want to fall.
Yes, like the flat, open plains of Texas, you could just see forever, and
You know where you're at, like your
Yes.
feet are grounded.
Yes.
Yeah. So your book, I know you don't want to get too into what the book is about, but what's the name of the book and what's like the gist of it? You gave me a rundown, but I don't want to say anything
yeah,
first that you wouldn't want me to say.
yeah. So the title is 254: A People's History of Texas.
254 people.
Yeah, so 254. There's 254 Texas counties. So it's a photograph book, kind of a photo book of every single Texas county courthouse, from El Paso to Beaumont.
What's over there? Sam Houston? What is that? Huntsville?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's probably scary.
Every single.
That's scary.
It took me at this point about 3.5, 4 years to get all the photographs and.
How did you locate? Did you Google like a list of like? Is there a list out there of all the
Yeah.
courthouse? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So.
Are you the first person to do that?
No.
No?
So there was back in the 70s and 80s, there was a book called The Texas Courthouse, and then The Texas Courthouse Revisited. They were put out in the 70s and 80s, like I said, and that was done by June Rayfield Welch.
Okay.
He was kind of the first guy to do a coffee table book of that.
And it's like
sort.
photos with like descriptions.
Yeah, photos and just a little bit of information on each county.
That's fire. That's fire.
And then about 15 or 20 years ago, there was a travel guide that was done by a professor at Texas A&M University.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of a tall, skinny book that you put in your car console. It's shaped for that, so you can, when you're traveling around, you can just kind of open it up, see some cool facts.
What's on it? Is all of Texas or just the
All of Texas.
Oh wow. Damn.
But like I said, it's more of a travel guide than it is a book.
Mm.
And then shortly after that, there was a book of county courthouses that like kind of looked at the architecture and the history
Of the courthouses.
of the courthouses, but it only did about 50 to 75 of the courthouses. It didn't do all of them. So there hasn't been a full comprehensive kind of like artistic interpretation of county courthouses in 30, 40 years.
And that's the first one you mentioned with that, and that was like the one with the picture with a little bit of history on it.
Yes.
Okay. But are you like when you're writing about those pictures, are you keeping it brief too, or are you doing a long?
So I've kind of taken a different approach than that original book.
Mm-hmm.
So each courthouse, I'm gonna just have a short description of the town, the county, when it was originated.
Mm-hmm.
But then between each section, each chapter, I'm gonna have history of that region. So I've split it roughly into 10 regions of Texas, kind of roughly by telephone area code.
Okay. Oh shit. Oh,
So
wow.
if you look at an area code map, that'll be a rough picture of
That's how. Is that how many area codes there? No, there's more than.
There's more than that.
Right.
There's more than 10, but I just kind of
There's like main
Yeah.
one, right? Like I feel like Houston's main one is 713,
yes.
and then
So-
there's like okay, so that would be Harris County.
Right.
That, okay.
And so that's my Gulf Coast chapter. So that goes all the way from Beaumont all the way down to Corpus Christi.
Shout out to
is
Beaumont.
that-
Best seafood out there right now. I'll tell you that much. You like seafood?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your favorite seafood? Are you a crawfish guy? Not a crawfish guy.
No, I love crawfish, but that's not my favorite. I'm more of a shrimp guy.
Shrimp, yeah,
Yes.
grilled or fried?
Grilled.
Yeah.
I had some really good grilled shrimp for Christmas, actually.
For Christmas,
Yeah, I've got some family that lives down in Corpus, and they got
Oh,
a
they
bunch of fresh
they
shrimp.
threw it down.
Yes.
Damn. Do they buttery garlic?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's I think it was a Drake and Josh movie. Drake and Josh. Drake was about to sign a deal. Josh was like as his manager, and like he was in the studio room, and they brought like these big giant jumbo shrimp. Remember that episode? Oh, I want some of that, baby. Sorry to Drake for what happened to him. Where the fuck we? Oh, okay. The book. So 280.
It's 54.
54, bro. That's a lot of miles. Same car? Have you from the you started? You finished?
So I had a truck that I started with, and I wrecked that one night after I got my catalytic converter stolen.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that was a night. But I've 2 cars, probably close to, I don't know, probably 200,000 miles.
Yeah. Oh Lord. What's the furthest one from where you usually live at?
So I lived in Houston for 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
And my very first trip was to El Paso, and all the courthouses in like far west Texas. I did. It was 4th of July, 2021, and I did 35 courthouses in 5 days, and drove 2,600 miles in 5 days from Houston, basically all the way to El Paso, around in a circle, and then back.
Boy, you pulled the gas points. Did you use your credit card? Did you get points?
No, I'm a debit card guy.
Praise God, dude! Imagine like the Shell points you could have got. You damn dog. So you probably like you're a gas station guy. I when I'm road tripping, I love stopping at gas stations, seeing how their bathroom setup is, seeing with snack variations. Things.
Yeah.
Did you go into a lot of interesting gas stations?
Well, so out in far west Texas, it's all Stripes.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yes.
Like with the
they've-
7-Eleven
They've got a monopoly on the Stripes.
The
Stripes and Allsups are the 2 out there.
and what? And which one?
Allsups. That's a far west Texas, New Mexico.
Yeah, I
Don't know what I'm talking about.
All subs is crazy, but the Stripes over there had a 7-Eleven in it.
No, so
No?
Stripes is separate from 7-Eleven in
Oh.
West Texas. That's a thing I learned when I came to Houston. Is Stripes and 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
are like that.
You're
but-
like KFC, Taco Bell,
right, but out
fat
there,
white women, black guys go together. Bucky's. Is the Bucky's out there?
So the Buc-ee's that's the furthest west is the Luling Buc-ee's. They're on I-10.
That's the furthest one. That's right.
Or
there.
no, they're San Marcos. San Marcos.
That's the
But
same one. That's the same one. It's the same one. The Luling exit is the San Marcos exit.
there's one in San Marcos or north of San Marcos between.
Oh wait, you're
San
right.
Marcos
You're
and
right.
Braunfels.
You're right. You're right.
Well, so there is one in Amarillo, but that's way far north.
yeah,
so
that's north.
didn't
There snows over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's how big Texas is. There's parts of Texas
Right.
that snow. That's crazy.
Yes.
And this part of Texas, well, it snowed here, but you know what I mean. Like every fucking year it snows.
Yeah. Yeah. Where I'm from, it would snow usually 2 or 3 times a year.
Where are you originally from?
So Midland, Texas.
Midlands. Okay, what is? I don't. Yeah, I don't even know. Where we're like. Okay, so Houston. Okay, Texas. Houston's right here.
So you know the like 90-degree angle with New Mexico, where New Mexico, like the corner of New Mexico.
Yes.
So it's 60 miles straight east of that corner.
Never eat. So okay. So towards what's that state next to?
Or it's Midland, so it's it's midway between Fort Worth and El Paso.
Boom. There you go. That's all I need to hear. Damn. Okay.
So it's middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. So you went to high school out there.
Yeah. So I went to Greenwood High School, but it's 5 hours from anything in Texas you've ever heard of or would want to go to.
How far from here?
9 hours.
So okay, the high school over there, is it classic small town football town? Like they love football and was Whataburger out there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course,
So
yeah.
The Friday night football game would be
Oh,
over
that's
at like
beautiful. That's
10:30,
hard.
11, and then everybody would go to Whataburger.
Yeah.
And then they'd leave Whataburger about right after breakfast. You'd get your breakfast order at 11,
Mm-hmm.
and then you would go out to the Pump Jack and
The what?
The pump jacks.
The pump jacks. What is that?
So you've seen the things that go up and down, pump the oil.
Yes, yes.
So those are, you just find one of those out in the middle of nowhere that doesn't have any. It's got to be far enough from the road.
And y'all go play there. Y'all go. That's hard. That's the hangout spot.
Yeah.
That's classic, bro. Fuck. That's classic. That's classic. What Signs? Mel Gibson Signs type shit. Like, y'all, you ever seen some shit out there at night? Like some alien shit, or coach touching one of the players or something. Like, I feel like that happens a lot there. Too. You want a starting spot, boy? You want to be starting QB, boy? Praise God. No, but you ever see like some alien shit out there? Like,
So I hadn't, but there's the Marfa lights are out that way.
Martha's Lights?
Marfa.
Marfa.
You know
That's
this.
how black people say Martha. Hey, yo, Martha. I'm kidding. Praise God. Wait, Martha Lights. I don't know what that is.
So there's the town of Marfa, and it was just a normal small Texas town way back when. And then about I think it was the 60s or 70s, there was an artist that went out there and he bought up a bunch of land and built his art installations.
It was
Marfa. And so it's just right there north of Big Bend National
But
Park.
what are the lights?
Well, so Marfa became this like artist town, but like 15 to 20 minutes outside of town, there's always some weird. It's almost like the Northern Lights, but
So it's
in Texas.
it's
And
like light strobe.
yeah,
I've never seen that. I'm gonna have
Lights
to
in the
pull that up.
skies.
I don't want to stop the flow of this, so I'm gonna look
There's
it up later. Yeah.
there's a King of the Hill episode about it.
Okay, so maybe that's the greatest show ever. First of all,
Oh,
that's the
yes.
great. I'm still. Am I interpreting it wrong? They're kind of making fun of Texans, right?
Yes, but they're making fun of how sincere and genuine and they care.
Are the creators Texan?
Yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
Mike Judge,
Yeah,
he's
oh, yeah.
from Austin.
Legend.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, legend. Yeah, legend. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, because he does poke fun at like Hanks, like how fucking much of a square like redneck he is, really. But it also shows how sincere he is, and the town and people.
Right.
Like, yeah.
He's got a good heart.
Yeah,
even
he
if
does.
He may not always do the right thing.
Damn it, Bobby. I feel like every Texan can do it.
Whoa.
Damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Boomhauer. Come on, man. Damn, man. Come on, man. Come on, damn. Little babies talks like Boomhauer, little kid.
No, it's still my favorite line is always when they first meet Khan.
What was the line?
So are you Chinese or Japanese? I'm Laotian. So are you Chinese or Japanese?
And honestly, fair question. Fair question, really. Like,
Well, and then of course Cotton, the virulent racist, he walks up and immediately recognizes that that's a Laotian man.
who?
Cotton, so Hank's dad.
Oh, that was his name.
He got his shins blew off by the Japanese, and they just attached his feet to his knees.
Now I understand his that's justified racism.
He's been over there.
He walked like that. He walked like a penguin. He was 2'8".
He recognized like he's not Chinese or
No,
Japanese.
yeah.
He's a Laotian. Man.
Yeah. Because his senses went off if he was like Vietnamese or damn dog. Yeah, dog. I forgot all about that motherfucker. Damn, he was like 2 feet tall. He was like a garden gnome.
Yeah.
What a classic. Another episode is the
Chuck Mangione.
I still get goosebumps. I get scared of that episode. Right? It was scary.
Yes.
It was scary. Okay, but the Montfalite, the Montfalites, it's not like that thing that they have here. Not here. They have this thing off 99 going towards 99. On 99 going towards 59.
Okay.
It's passing this jailhouse. It's the jailhouse is empty. It's abandoned.
Okay.
It's interesting. What jail would that be?
To the right of what?
That jailhouse though, from going from our side to the Amazon that way, they're going towards Katy off 99. That jail.
I don't know what it's called, but yes.
It's just, and it's been like unoccupied for 10 or plus years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's spooky. But in that area, there's been reports of like lights, like circle beams. It's not
Yeah.
like that. It's like strobe lights.
Okay.
Is Marfa lights like strobe lights?
No, so they're like it's the Northern Lights, like kind
So
of
it's
a
pretty.
big, long, wavy type of thing that just shows
Never
up
heard
in
of
the
that.
sky.
Look at Texas, man. Big Texas. Big Texas. I forgot where the fuck we going with the lights. The King of the Hill got knocked me off the fucking. Where we going with the
My
Marvel
bad.
lights? No. King of the Hill and Mike
Oh.
Judge did Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, and there's one more he did.
Idiocracy.
He made them. Oh, he did make that movie.
Yeah.
Now we're living in it. Praise God. I really like that movie. I didn't like that movie. You watched it?
Yeah.
Are you a big movie guy?
Yeah.
Are you do you have any goals like turning books into movies?
So I think anybody who writes at any level wants to.
Would like to see it on the
Would-
big screen, right?
yeah.
Because you're writing a story,
Right. And so I've had a few stories that I've thought about turning into screenplays, but that's a lot further down the line.
Let me quick one of me. Are we good on time on these? On these? Can we restart them? Let's just restart them. We'll be right back after this. All right, movie time. Okay. The movie is an alien invasion movie, right? But
Yeah.
it's not one of those that like it tells a story of a human and like there's everybody dies except for this one guy and like none of that. No, immediately as soon as the aliens touch here, everybody's dead. There's no. It's realistic. They take
Yeah.
over, boom, from day one. But it shows how aliens come, they take over, they conquer here. Then some of them they stay here and they start getting used to our resources. They slowly start becoming like us. They start forming societies. They start eating junk shit. They start making they just start being dumb and all the way and then they become like kind of us. And then
Right.
like at the end maybe like another alien invasion comes. That's how it ends. But like it's just a cycle. It shows we are alien. Like you know what I'm talking about? Like we just
Right.
yeah. That's my movie idea. So if there's a Jew out there with a bag, come here. Let's make a movie. Let's make a family friendly movie. Okay, so movies. Do you have any this book that you're working on? What was the number 240?
254.
25 because that's how many courthouses there
Yeah.
are. Do you think that's not really a storytelling book, but low key a movie could be made on that? Like you going through 8 cars and
Yeah, because
like,
I've gotten to meet a bunch of really cool people just traveling around the state.
are you interviewing people for the book too?
Yes, yeah. So I'm interviewing people. I'm asking everybody the same 3 questions. At this point, I probably interviewed 90 or 100.
Do you want to
people.
keep those 3 questions a
No,
secret?
so my 3 questions are: what makes your hometown home for you,
Okay.
whatever that town may be? What makes Texas special, good or bad? And then what's a local food dish that? And it's so I came up with those 3 questions expecting to get a million different answers
Mm-hmm.
to kind of show the difference of Texas,
Of
all over the place. I'd get a million different answers and I'd be able to kind of show how this place is different from that place.
Right.
But after about 30 interviews, it started getting really creepy because I was getting the exact same answer every single fucking time.
Wait, okay. And the first one was
So, what makes your hometown home? So, I got 2 answers.
let me see if I give the same answers.
Okay.
So ask me the first one.
So, what makes Houston home for you?
Damn, security. Not security is kind of dangerous. The freedom, I feel like the freedom, the culture diversity. Yeah, the culture diversity.
So, I got 2 answers,
Mhm.
and so it was like the good old boy Texas. His answer was always like, I don't fucking know. I was born there. Like my family lives there. I was born there.
Fuck, that was my answer.
And so I got that exact same answer from Beto O'Rourke. Like I met him and he gave me that answer. So
Really,
whether or not you agree with his politics, he gave me the good old boy Texas answer.
it was just like, well, I was born here.
What makes El Paso home for you? And he sat there like you did, thought about it for 5-10 seconds, and my family's from there. And then so
did you ask him why you pretended to be Mexican? Okay. But that's crazy. Damn, I was gonna be my answer. That's why I looked in my head. I was like, I don't fucking know. I was fucking born here. But
so that's the one answer I get, and then the answer you actually gave, that's the other answer I get, is the community, the diversity, the people, the everybody that I know here.
and then the second question was,
So what makes Texas special, good or bad? And so I got 2 answers on that, but that one was more based on race. So white people gave me one answer, and racial minorities gave me another answer.
people got to read the book to find out the answers. There's no point. We're not giving that away. And the last question was,
So a special food dish. And I got 2 main answers, and then outside of those 2 answers, I only got really 2 answers.
and you also have to read the book to be able to find those out. But he's gonna tell me after this, so fuck y'all. That's crazy. I want to say I would want to say guess, but I don't want to give it away. But I'm gonna guess
No,
one. It's gonna be Mexican food. That gotta be. I'm
So
gonna give
Mexican food was number one.
It has to be.
From the Panhandle of Texas to Far West Texas to East Texas to
Has to
South
be.
Texas. It was Mexican.
It's the greatest food out ever.
Yes.
It is.
And
Hands
then,
down.
and then it was barbecue.
Oh yeah. Oh
And,
yeah.
And those were the only two answers, except in Central Texas where there's a lot of German ancestry.
Like Fredericksburg.
Yes, it was
Mm.
chicken fried steak. And then far East Texas, like Louisiana border, it was catfish, crawfish, it was some
Tiger.
type of seafood.
Tiger. You know that Tiger shop they have there, the gas station. It's called the
Oh,
Tiger.
yeah,
They used to. I don't know if they still do, but when I was young, they used to have a tiger in the cage, literally outside the restaurant. I shit you not. Like we used to go there every time we go to Louisiana. We'd stop by there. They have a tiger in the cage that was like
That's some
that's some
Louisiana
Texas shit.
No,
That's some Texas shit.
Well,
Big tiger shit. Were you kind of disappointed, like surprised, like that there wasn't as many diverse answers?
no, because at first it was kind of like, this is weird. But then after I started getting the same answer over and over again, it kind of shaped what the book became, and it kind of changed my whole direction on the whole project in a really interesting way.
What it changed it? Like, what was your first perception of it?
So
Like,
my first perception was, so the Panhandle is like this, South Texas is like this.
Right.
All these places are different, and they're all like this. And then they're all the same. And so instead of talking about the differences of Texas, I talked about how we all want the same things. We all value the same things. We all want our family to have a nice place to live. And
There is a different energy in different areas of Texas though. Like Houston is, I would feel like people have different morals and views than maybe like some other town, like some sundown town.
But so the thing that the conclusion I've come to after 4 years of being in every single Texas county is that Houston is the truest embodiment of Texas.
Elaborate. What do you mean?
So Texas, the whole point of Texas, the way that everybody in Texas feels is like, fuck your feelings.
Right.
I'm going to do my thing.
Right.
And Houston is like, no, fuck your Texas thing. I'm going to do the Houston thing.
Which is Texas. Thing,
It's Texas.
Yeah.
And the rest of Texas, the small towns, the sundown towns, all that stuff, they think that they're like the realest embodiment of Texas, but they're fitting into some
They follow too
narrative.
much code. Yeah.
Yes.
There's too much like following suit. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
They're so wrapped up in tradition that's
Be-
not
beca-
entirely
because
real.
because what more freedom? What's more like freedom and like fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want than diversity?
Yes,
like literally,
yes.
like oh fuck you, you don't like my kind, I'm still gonna live here. I do what I want.
Yes, like
Yeah.
it's not caring about what the dude down the street does, because what he does doesn't affect you.
Or and it sounds disrespectful, but or like it's not saying you don't care about this, don't like value somebody's culture, but it's like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna shape myself to fit your culture.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
can
and-
appreciate it, but yeah.
And that's what Houston is.
That's- yeah.
Houston, they're not going to change what Houston is
At all,
to
ever.
fit with the rest of Texas. They're going to be Houston.
Oh, and this is the most. This is a theme park of cultures.
Yes.
That's why the highways are like roller coasters.
yes,
They roll it, and it's just a theme park, different cultures. You literally can like be like in Midtown. If you go to your right, the Habibis are like this way. If you look this way, it's Mexico Town. If you look this way, it's Black culture. If you go here, it's Rice Village, white Jewish community.
Yeah.
Asians gonna hang out with the white. It's gonna be Asians gonna be with the whites every time. Every time they playing tennis and golf together, and doing math. Do you have calculator? No, that's a bad Asian. But that Houston, like it's like you're right. It is Texas as purest form.
yes.
I love being from the city. I never leave the city, bro, ever. Even if the state, even if our governor can't stand on shit on his own, I love this state. This is the greatest state.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
It really is. All right. Why did you vote for Donald Trump? Okay. Well, I don't align with a lot of the political like aspect of Texas, like the politicians we have. I don't align with it, but I still want to leave here. Do you think do you ever see a point in time where Texas will turn blue?
So that's kind of what I hope to influence people or inspire people, is that all of us care about our communities, and we want our communities to do well, whether we're Democrats or Republicans.
Hey, 100%.
but the size of that community is the difference between people. So if my community is my close family and my friends, we're not going to get much done.
Right.
And if we're only focused on that, we're going to have very selfish politics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we need to expand our communities. It's not just my friends, it's the people that live in my city or the people that are across the street or across the city.
Yeah.
And we've all decided to be in this place, and we all need to work together to.
We all, especially here in Texas, a Republican or a Democratic Texan is very similar. They're very similar in personality and values and wants. And I wonder if we can like come to a place where we mold it, like everybody's just like, all right, look, like this is what we believe in. This is what and how can we just kind of just all be good? I think we can. Of all other states, I think we can, because Texans are very like-minded, like in values.
Like we value our community.
Yep.
And for some people, that community is very small, and all they need to do is they don't need to value community more. They just need to
expand their community.
Expand what the community is.
Yeah, and understand that whoever is here is your community. Like
right.
Coexist.
Yes.
Damn, that's a good one. And say, expand your community. Yeah, that's a good one. That's true. That's true. It's kind of hard to do this sometimes, though, because you run into bad reps of communities before you meet somebody you get along with. Sometimes, you know.
Yeah. But it's like the karaoke thing. Is you just got to go into it with an open heart.
Yeah, bro. Like I'd never been to a karaoke bar like that before until I went to that one, and. Yeah, like people just go in there and it's just like it's a time portal, really. 6s and 7s is an interesting place, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of times I go there and it'll be random times where I go and I didn't hit up none of my friends to meet up there that go there, but we all end up there at the same time. I mean, and we're there and we're saying, you know what's funny? You've been there one of those times.
That's how we ended up here, was because I went to 6s and 7s and you were out there. And we ended up talking on the porch.
Literally, and I don't even go out like that. Like that's not my shit. Like I'll be at home, like Warzone. You know, the bitch for tweeting. Boy, I be tweeting. I be tweeting. I got Twitter fingers. Yeah, I got Twitter fingers for real. Shout out to Meek. Meek wanted to buy Twitter. Meek said, let me buy Twitter. That's crazy. Meek crazy. Shout out to Meek. I about 6 and 7 is a portal. I literally been there, like a group of friends there, and like it's a restart. It's weird. It's weird.
How would you define the name 6s and 7s? Like why was it named 6?
Right. Yeah, like numbers. It's like a code, like coding. You believe in that? You believe like we are like ones and zeros, X and Y chromosomes. We're just ones and zeros, kind of, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you believe in? You seen that movie? About the Native Americans. It was Leo in it. Something the Sunflower Moon.
Oh yes, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, Killer. Yes. You seen that?
Yeah.
Good movie, huh?
Yes.
Super good movie. That's a true story.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you know about that story before the movie?
A little bit. I'd done a little bit of reading.
What side of Texas is that?
So that was Oklahoma.
It was Oklahoma.
That was just like north of Tulsa.
What was here? What was Texas before America? What was his land?
So there were hundreds of just indigenous groups from everywhere.
But what was it like from the Mexico side? What like the natives? Like I guess like before America, like the natives, because Mexico's connected landwise to the U.S., right?
Right.
So were those the same kind of? Like,
so yeah, there were different tribes. Like up in El Paso, they were the Pueblo.
Okay.
Down in South Texas, there were the Cualiatecans.
The Cualiatecan homes. The Pueblo homes. That's all.
There were the Karankawa here on the Gulf Coast.
Karankawa on the Gulf of America. Get that right.
Like the Gulf, from like Galveston down to Corpus Christi was the Karankawans.
Karankawans. But were they all kind of like descendants of the same like Indian-looking kind of blood? Like
so. They had completely different cultures that had been going on for thousands. Like the people down on the Gulf Coast and in Central Texas, they were hunters and gatherers who hunted what they needed. But near El Paso, the Pueblo, and then in Far East Texas, like up where Texarkana is today, those were like settled societies that did a bunch of farming. And then of course the people on the plains, the Apache and the Comanche, they were hunting buffalo. And so
you can kind of picture like people's outfits were different. Like the ones that were farming had more clothing type stuff.
And they lived in cities.
Yeah.
And like we think of all the Native American people in the United States.
And would they
lived in-
clash with others, or no? Or they didn't really travel like that.
They traded with each other. They traveled like that.
They traded with
That's
each
the
other.
thing is that's illegal immigrants is always so funny to me is because people always just travel
Yeah,
across borders.
yeah.
Whether they're
Yeah.
always going to do it.
That's just a crazy thing.
And
yeah,
But and so at that time, when it's a bunch of Native Americans, they're trading buffalo skins for fish or crawfish for buffalo
that's
skins
crazy.
or beads and all that stuff. And so they would travel. and
You know the thing that it's people. Some people say. I've heard Joe Rogan say it a lot. And other people have the whole narrative that, like Native Americans, they always say, "Oh, people think we came here and Native Americans were all just peaceful stuff." No, they were at war. They were vicious with each other. Like I kind of feel like that's exaggerated. Like they try and make it seem like they were all just always just as soon as they saw another tribe, it's war, it's on, like eat each other. Like,
Well, people always butt heads.
yes, yeah.
But it wasn't the same as the wars that were going on in Europe. Like
And
in Europe, it was domination, conquering.
Right, because there was kings and shit. So I feel like
Yes.
they were more materialistic. I feel like
Yes, and here it was like resources.
right.
You've got that lake. We need to get the fish out of that lake because we need to support our people. So
How can we do that?
we could either work together
Or
and
we can-
share it, or
or
we can kind
go
of
to
fight
war.
over it.
Yeah, give me that man. But like appearance wise, physical wise, do we know like where they're like where they all kind of resemble like Native American looking, where they're like black, where they're black people, where they're like Asian looking, where they're like white, like what was the
It just kind of depended on the culture. So if the farming people, the people that did a lot of farming, they were shorter usually because closer to the ground.
right.
It's
Crazy.
evolution.
Right,
and
right.
Different cultures have different
What
things.
was up like around that time, right? Like kind of like before America, like you know.
Yeah.
Do we know what was up like north, like New York area?
So there was the Iroquois League up there.
Iroquois League.
So that was like nation states. They were tribes,
Mhm.
but the tribes were full-fledged like cities, all
Oh.
that type of stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I can't remember exactly the number. I think it might have been 12. But there were 12 different tribes that came together and they're like, we don't want to fight each other.
And
We're going to come together and trade with each other. And then we're going to protect each other in a defensive alliance if anybody else tries to attack us. And so when you think about Native Americans in the United States, you think of the Plains Indians, these
casinos.
tribes that are traveling around and
Yeah,
they're nomadic. But the first Indians that the Pilgrims met had cities that were bigger than anything the Pilgrims built.
And where was that? What's that? Like up north?
Northeast, yeah, the Northeast.
That's why like New York and shit, that culture's there from there, like the
Yes.
big city, you know. And that's why
Yes.
over here it's more spread out type shit. Like,
Right.
That makes a lot of sense.
Before the Dutch ever showed up, they
Right.
had big cities in New York.
Damn, that's insane. I wonder what they built, like their house, the houses, the buildings with. How'd they travel? On foot, right?
Yeah,
Horse?
yeah.
No, they have no horses.
no. So there were no horses until the Spanish showed up.
Yo, natives with no horses is crazy. They're just traveling on foot.
The only pack animals they had were dogs.
So they had dogs. Yeah, what other animals were like out there? Like what animals did these people like have to fear?
Buffalo,
Buffalo attack
buffalo
humans?
and bears.
Bears,
That's about it.
bears.
A lot, and there were a lot
Oh,
more
wolves,
wolves, a lot
coyotes,
more
maybe.
bears.
Well, coyotes probably a newer
Yeah.
thing.
No, coyotes are old, but coyotes aren't big enough to scare people.
Really?
Yeah.
Be kind of scared if I saw a coyote. It's kind of like Lainey, probably. Then Lainey's crazy. She goes like this. When she's excited, I'd be like, "Bitch." Damn, bro. When you think about like PETA, right? Like PETA, like organizations like PETA probably lose their shit if they lived back then. Like
Oh,
people,
yeah.
the way people treat animals, like see a buffalo, like give me that.
Well, have you seen?
Yeah.
There's the picture of there's a stack of skulls, buffalo skulls, because the U.S. government paid people to kill buffalo.
Oh, to the food supply to ruin the
Yes.
natives' food supply.
So there's like this famous picture where there's 40 feet tall, just buffalo skulls stacked.
And
It's
that was
insane.
America was already a thing at that time.
Yeah, so
And
that's
there were
that's
still
like,
natives. Like when we built America, the natives just migrated to other places.
so in the southeast, the northeast, a lot of those died from disease and just being subjugated by the British pretty soon. But there were still Native Americans in Texas and in the Great Plains up until like the 1890s.
Damn.
So 30 years after the Civil War, there's still Native tribes.
What the small amount of natives that are like alive, like the families, how like where was there a specific spot where they were like when it narrowed down to like with
So that's what Oklahoma was.
Okay.
Oklahoma was Indian territory, and
Mm.
they took all the tribes from the southeast and moved them there.
that was the last Indian
Right.
territory.
And that's where the Sooners come from. So Oklahoma was exclusively for Native American people.
Wow, I didn't know
And then they decided to make it a state, and they opened it up for
To-
people to buy land on a certain date at a certain time.
that. Like a purge kind of.
But there were people who would show up 5 days early and sneak across the line and go set up their
Like American people.
yes.
Damn.
And so they were going too soon, so they were called Sooners.
We found it, ladies and gentlemen. We found the racial slur for white people that works. That's got to be it right there. That's got.
Sooner or Okie? Those are the two.
Nah, you goddamn Sooner. Get that Sooner out of here. That's great. You fucking Sooner. That's amazing, bro. We found it. God, of course, if you're the oppressor and then you give these people, you're the one that says where they're gonna go. Of course, you're gonna abuse that power. Like what? Like Sooners, they knew they were going. Like there was no.
As soon
two
as they found oil, it became open for all people to live there.
and that's what that movie was about. The
Yes,
sunflower,
yes,
the
yes.
sunflower.
Killer the Flower
What an amazing movie, bro.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro did a great job.
Yes.
Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he is really that racist guy right there, and he just because he
No,
played that shit well.
I think he's got like 5 black baby mamas. So.
He definitely a racist. Yeah. Does he really?
Yes.
Damn, he's
Yeah,
out here spreading the seed, that sunflower
And-
seed, baby.
and he loves him some black women.
Does he?
Yes.
Ooh, look at you, Robert. Oh yeah. Oh, Robert De Niro's a very very loud Trump hater.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think that should be funny. You know what's really funny is you can do it. What's that guy's name?
Rob Schneider.
It's a very Trump dick gobbler. Like
Yes.
it's really weird. Like I didn't expect that. Like I don't care if you support him, whatever. Like, but he's very like Trump. Like it's weird. You know.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, you know, like how else am I supposed to do it?
3,000.
If I could write you a song to make you fall in love, I would already. So, we're coming towards the end of here with time. I really want to get. I'm glad we didn't answer all the questions that you asked the people in the book because I
Yeah.
really do want people like the answers. They got to go to the book to see it. But I want to see you selfishly. I want to see. I know you already did it, so we can't like real time document it for a documentary. But I would like this story to be put in a visual one day after the story about the making of the book and even like where the fucking like interest, because where's that interest to do that comes from? Because bro, you drove a lot. You know,
Yeah.
you drove a lot. You drove to 254 different county courthouses.
Yeah.
So you drove all around Texas.
Yeah.
Where's that interest for? Is it Texas itself, or do you love journalism and like journaling and creating more? Or which love is, because you obviously love both Texas and that, but which love carried it more?
So
That's a good question, right? That's a good,
yeah.
That's a good question. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up in West Texas and traveled all over the state. And as a West Texas kid that grows up loving Texas, you're always kind of taught that the courthouse is the center of the city and
Yeah.
it's the most important piece of architecture and they're all beautiful and sacred and blah, blah, blah.
They are beautiful.
Yes. And then, like I said, I got in my legal trouble and was in courthouses for other reasons.
And so it's you different perspective.
I got a whole different perspective on what the courthouse is and what it means. And I kind of wanted to put both sides of that story into a book. So I appreciate the courthouse. I love the courthouse, the way it looks, and they all look really cool.
They do.
But they're also these kind of instruments of the government in a way that is very violent towards people.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's decorated.
Yes.
It's
And
it's like you, there's a the same face that's beautifully put in a beautiful frame in a perfect lit well spot. The picture, the painting's perfect. That face, people have seen give life. That face gave them life sentences. It ruined their entire life.
Yeah, the brutality of it is hidden by the beauty of the architecture.
Damn, that's hard.
And so that's what the book's about.
How many pictures of the courthouse of each courthouse did you put in there?
So I was shooting all film.
Mhm.
So it was I didn't want to waste too much, but it was probably 4 or 5 for each
Wow,
courthouse.
That's
so
a lot.
I've got a few thousand.
How much film
pictures.
did you go through?
I don't
Lost
even know.
count.
Yeah, I like I said, I've probably got 3,000 frames of film on my computer right now.
Yeah. Is that your preferred choice of?
Yeah, so I never really wanted to touch a camera.
Mhm.
I never saw myself as talented in that way or whatever. But when I had this idea for this book, I felt like I kind of needed to upgrade from iPhone pictures.
Mm,
And so I got a hand-me-down camera from my grandma.
Nice.
She bought
Oh.
this probably 15 years before I was born.
beautiful. Fire.
And
What brand is it?
It's a Canon AE1 program.
Damn,
So it's
that just sounds beautiful,
yeah, and
Damn.
it's been a great camera. I've used it for the past 4 years, and all my courthouse pictures are taken on that.
bro. That's so fire to me, bro. The whole that's my camera. I love taking pictures. He's great at taking pictures, much better than me. But I've always I love that aspect of journalism. Like a picture with a story. Like the picture tells a story, but then also like a story. But I like that concept. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe
Yeah.
I'm dumb, so I need picture. I need picture, bro. You know, pictures in the book. You know, a book is to me a book. It hits different when there's pictures. You can see it and then read. I need that shit. You know.
Yeah.
Have you is it done like you have the cover done and everything?
So I don't have any like design yet.
Mhm.
Don't have any interior or exterior design, but I have all the pictures done. I have all the writing done, and that's kind of what the Kickstarter is pushing me over the edge, so that I can get the money
To get the designs and
to
shit.
get the design, get the marketing, get everything that I need to kind of make this book.
What is your goal? Kickstarter.
So my goal is $7,500.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and I've got just under 2,000.
Oh, okay. Hey, guys, look, if you donate and you send me proof of the donation, let's see what we can do. I don't know. I'll do a shout out up at the end of every episode, you know, and I'll scroll through the names, give you a shout out, and then I will give you. I'll think of something. I'll put it right here. Maybe a free piece of merch or something. A fucking free Patreon entrant for a month or something. If you donate, send me proof of the donation. Same thing we did with the SCE testing. Nobody sent me that, you fucking dirty slobs. That's because y'all don't get tested. Fucking dirt bags. You were going to get somebody to. We on time?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
3? Perfect. You were gonna get somebody 3 minutes?
3.
Oh, let's restart just for this last question. We'll wrap it up just because it might go over. You were gonna get somebody to publish the book,
Yes.
and then what happened? You changed your mind. That's why you're doing this Kickstarter.
Yeah, so I'd gone to some university presses, just kind of traditional publishing places.
Like Big Fish.
Yeah, so I won't necessarily put their names.
Is that a
out
real
there.
thing? Big Fish.
Oh, I was thinking like Big Fish in the Pond.
Oh no, that Big Fish is like a name of a company, right? Or is that
Oh.
off a movie? I don't know. I'm sorry.
Sorry. So yeah, I'd reached out to some traditional university presses, and they liked the idea of all the photographs, but the actual history that I'd written and the interviews that I had, they saw it as 2 different books. They thought it could be a
Like a
book-
deluxe album.
right, like a book of essays and then just a photo book.
Mm.
But I think that the way that the courthouse photographs and the history kind of play off of each other and work together,
Absolutely.
it's better than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
And so I decided to kind of go my own way and pursue the route that I'm
Stick to your
pursuing.
vision. Stick to your
Right.
fucking vision. Stick it to the fucking man. No, stick to the vision. Yeah, bro. If you made the book and you're like, all right, the pictures and the story and the interviews, you created with that in mind. So it's not going to be the same if you separate them.
Right.
Because I can see from a business standpoint, they're like, oh, if you put it out like this, then we can double the money after it. Like drop it's like a deluxe album
Right.
with the picture book, or vice versa. Yeah, but it's your vision. So staying true to that, that's hard. Did you try to like negotiate and argue it back, or?
I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah,
Is that just having 254 full page color pictures
Mhm.
is an expensive printing process.
Yeah.
And they believe that the price of the book is going to have to be higher than what their normal customer is willing to pay.
Okay.
And so they just see it as a big risk that may not make its money back.
Makes sense.
And I believe that there's people in Texas that love the courthouses, love the history, and like to think about community and support their community.
Right.
It's-
And take pride in where the fuck they live in,
Yes.
and in journalism. This is real journalism, top tier journalism.
I'm
You
For-
you literally physically drove to every county.
yes.
Yeah, and the pictures there you took, and then you interviewed the people. So
And it's physical film photography. I'm not taking a million digital photographs to try and get the best one. I have 5 pictures, and if one of them looks bad,
yeah, it looks and so
That-
you're covering you're covering photography aspect, journalism aspect, driving skills. Like you really out here driving. Like I'm sure you was the shit at driving. I know you can drive like a motherfucker. Yeah. So you like it's worth it. It's and whatchamacallit, it's like a novelty in a way. Like because it's like these type of books you don't just. It's not like a story that you read and then it's over. You know, it's history. It's like an encyclopedia. you know?
and I want people to feel the history, but also engage with their history. Go out into your own community and learn what was going on there 50, 100 years ago,
Right,
and talk to those people that have those experiences and
Yeah.
broaden that idea of community. For you.
Shit, like by my house, the Warden County Junior College, those grounds, when they were building the other building, they discovered it was a whole graveyard of slaves.
Right.
Like some slaves were buried right there, right by my house. You don't get more Texas than that.
Yeah.
I don't get no more Texas than that. Well, Louisiana might have us beat, but it don't get more Texas than that. But
Yeah.
fuck, what was the last thing I was gonna say? Oh, what's your you drive a lot, so what's your preferred like driving, like music or podcast or silence?
It's usually podcasts.
Yeah.
But you get 3-4 hours into a podcast and you want a little change up.
Yeah, what podcast you listen to? This 3-4 hours? Joe Rogan.
Well, I'm like right now I'm listening to a podcast series called Cocaine and Rhinestones. That's about
Cocaine and Rhinestones.
Cocaine and Rhinestones. It's about the history of country music and
Oh shit!
all types.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Hell yeah.
What are rhinestones?
rhinestones, like the sparkly.
Cocaine and rhinestones. Ooh, you gonna figure out how gay the Cowboys really were back in the day. Yeah. Oh yeah, Brokeback Mountain. Praise God.
There's that Willie Nelson song that cowboys are frequently secretly fond of each other.
That's a song.
That's a song. That's a Willie Nelson song from the '80s.
Hey yo.
Talk about cowboys are secretly, frequently fond of each other.
Good old Willie.
Oh yeah.
Good old Willie.
And he actually re-released it recently with Orville Peck, the gay masked country singer.
What? That's
Yeah.
also he's openly gay. Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson is not, but he wrote a song about gay cowboys in the '80s.
Hey, creativity. Yeah, that's the greatest. Just you have a subject. Here's your assignment. Write a song. That's the best. I love
Yeah.
songwriting for shit I don't even live about.
Right.
I wrote a song about people getting robbing somebody, and then I literally got my car broken into that night, and somebody took my shit.
Oh shit.
Dead ass. But it was fun doing that. Like,
right.
here's your homework. Do it. You know.
Right.
Oh, nuts. Do you preferred road trip snack when you're driving? What do you have?
So, speaking of Buc-ee's, just a nice hunter's ring with that. It's a big long piece of venison and beef usually.
Like a beef jerky, but
But it's about that big around,
oh damn.
and it's just
And what to drink? Dr. Pepper?
yes, the green label Dr. Pepper, if you can find
Excuse
it.
me. I don't even know what that tastes like.
It's real sugar. It's not the corn syrup.
Where do they have that at?
You just stumble upon it.
You
in a
gotta go
random
to
gas
what's
station.
that town called where Dr. Pepper?
Dublin.
Dublin?
Yes, Dublin.
Where is that in Texas?
Probably an hour hour and a half south of Dallas, like southwest of Dallas.
And that's where Dr. Pepper was invented.
Yes.
Hee for all my Dr. Pepper lovers, let's go to
Well-
Dublin. Yeah. Well, I love Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
Love that shit. And Dr. Pibb's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's a knockoff, but it's not that bad.
It's a sweeter version of Dr.
It's a sweeter version. And Pibb Extra also, not bad.
Right.
Chipotle has Pibb Extra for some reason. But
Yeah.
I love Dr. Pepper, big Dr. Pepper lover. Dr. Pepper for life. DP. Love DPs. From porn categories to my soft drink, DPs are my favorite things in the world. Jalen Young Bob Kennedy, before we end this episode, I feel like I had one last question about the book. But I'm thinking like, because it's something that I wanted like for you to leave like as a cliffhanger for people to want. But what was the thing? Oh, it wasn't about the book. This book is done. The Kickstart's going. We need about what 5,000 more, 6,000 more. I think we can do that. That's. I love what you're doing. Generally, like you, very interesting. When I first met you, conversations were good. The fact your confidence in singing was fine. Like this guy just walked in this bitch and went crazy. I'm excited for this. I will be buying the book. I'm here for it. I'm down
Thank you.
for it. I'm
Thank you.
glad that thank you for coming. I'm glad that you fucking came and talked and explained and hopefully people I'm put the link, you have a link to it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm put the link in the bio and shit, we'll share that shit. Do you see yourself after you put this out, do you run writing what's it called when it's not real life, when you make up a story?
Like fiction.
Yeah, fiction. You see yourself, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. You see yourself writing a fiction book.
I'm a big history person, and so
Love that.
I like to write nonfiction. I like to write stuff that really happened, but like I said, with every writer wants to write a film script at some point. That's loosely based on real life. But
Yeah.
a little bit
Okay.
of embellishment in there.
Kind of, what's his name? The guy that likes to twist history. Tarantino. Was it Tarantino?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that shit. I like that. That's fun too. Those are always more captivating because it's just like we recognize it, the story, but then you twist this. We're like, oof.
Yeah.
You love history so much. Are you with the whole narrative that like history is written by the winners and it's inaccurate a lot?
Well, so I think a lot of the history that we learn in schools or we learn through popular sources is the history that's written by the winners.
Yeah, right.
But there's so much more to history that
Than
is
that.
out there and
Right.
that we can find, and that's kind of what I like looking for in history
Right.
is the story of the normal person that
Where can you find that? Like libraries and shit. Like going to actual like.
Yes, and there's a lot of different things. Like one of the big resources that I used for this book was slave narratives. In the 1930s, the U.S. government sent people with tape recorders out to people who had formerly been enslaved, and just talked to them and asked them about their experiences. And so this is 70 years after slavery had happened, but
Yeah. So.
it was like one of the really interesting things that I learned was a guy who ended up lived in the third ward of Houston and lived there in the 30s, and that's where they interviewed him. And he talked about when Juneteenth happened.
Holy shit.
And he was 20 years old, and
So how old is he when they interviewed
he was
him?
90. He was 90 something years old when
God
they interviewed
damn.
him. And so he was 20 something years old when when Juneteenth happened. And he talked, but one of the things he talked about is how music was the way that they celebrated and the way that people made money. Was he knew how to play the fiddle. Juneteenth happened. He was making a nickel at a dance every night.
And to back then, that was
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna blow that. Yeah, dance. So even by music is how people celebrate.
Yeah.
Teed up, baby. Had some damn Boss Man D Flow. What's his name? Big X the plug on that bitch. I'm the biggest. I'm the largest. That'd be crazy. No, no, that's Amazing Grace. That's from back then, right?
So amazing. So you got me on Amazing Grace tangent. So the Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. That part was written by a slave owner, a slave trader, who save a wretch like me. He recognized how fucked up what he was doing was, and asked God, please save him.
Forgiveness.
That part was written by a slave owner. The chorus, like amazing, the rest of it,
Yeah.
that was written after the fact by enslaved people.
They collabed. So when
So,
the oppressed and the oppressed and the oppressor collabed together.
On Amazing Grace.
Well, what did he write that for? If it was before the song,
So he wrote that because he became saved and stopped being a
but
slave
wrote it
trader.
like, was he making a song when he wrote it? Or
He made a song.
Okay, so that's from another song.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so he wrote Amazing Grace like I've gotten saved.
Yeah.
I recognize that being a slave trader was bad.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, Ash Ketchum of slaves, bro. Fine, damn, dog. After he probably old too. After he benefited off of it, and then he's like, you know what? That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up.
And
That's
so
crazy.
then that became a popular song, but then people working in the fields, formerly enslaved people singing the song because they were in a difficult time, came up with another verse to it that then
So they were fond of it.
yes.
I would have been like, get that shit out of here. I want to hear that shit. Damn. That's crazy. That's insane. I didn't know that. I love that song though. Amazing grace, how sweet it is. Right?
The sound.
The sound. Last one, I swear, guys. Last question. Is recently people have been rewriting history and say that Rosa Parks actually wasn't the one sitting on the bus. Do you know about this and do you agree?
So
It's true.
there was I think she was 15 or 16, 9 months before Rosa Parks, but she was an unwed teenage mother and a bit darker skinned.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wasn't exactly the best candidate. So they waited for another opportunity with Rosa Parks.
And they staged it with her, or she did it again.
It really happened.
Oh, okay.
But Rosa Parks was light skinned and married.
Nice
and
little yellow bone.
So
you know.
it
Like a
looked-
red nose. Hey, like a red nose. She gonna shake it. Oh, damn. So it is true. Damn, that sucks. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't think that was true. Well, damn. Jalen, let everybody know where they can follow you and name your book and anything else you want to plug in?
All right, so I'm Young Bob Kennedy on all social media. It's just YUNG. The name of the book is 254, A People's History of Texas, and you can find the Kickstarter for the next month and a half or so.
Let's get it. Let's raise that money, baby. Again, thank you guys for watching, bro. Thank you for coming. This was amazing. I swear, I love Texas, and as a Texan, I feel like I accomplished some things today. I really did, and I want to do something with you, pause in the future. You know, like
Yeah.
I also love learning in history. I love Texas. I love road trips. I love taking pictures. I love journalism. I love storytelling. So you know, even if you just need somebody to come with you to one location, just let's do it. Let's get some shit done. You know,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad we could do this, guys. As always, remember, please do not feed the ducks bread. I'm out.